Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, I'm going to dip my toe in the water yet again and bring you another topic of conversation. I think it's nice to have a YouTube channel with a variety of topics and conversations instead of just centralising myself around politics and the depressing shit that goes on in the world time after time. Although I will agree, when I tend to veer off the politic line and the bullshit of the world line, I don't get as many views, but I do enjoy doing these videos quite a lot more because I don't feel like I want to throw myself off the roof after recording one, if you know what I mean. So what I want to talk to you about today, guys, is piracy. Now, for those of you who don't know, piracy is getting legal copies of video games, music, movies, that kind of a thing, off the internet. More specifically, something called a peer-to-peer network. In other words, something called torrenting. Now, what that is basically, if a guy over in America has an illegal copy of a new movie that's only just been released over in the cinema, he can put that onto his computer and share it around the world. And then once someone's downloaded it from his computer, that person then shares it from their computer, and so on and so on and so on, until there's a massive network of people all sharing it, which is known as seeding. Now, I've just watched a video from Asmongold. If you don't know who that is, he's a popular YouTube streamer and Twitch streamer with millions of subscribers. And he's been talking about how torrenting has died since the early 2000s. And it explained within that video that things like Netflix, Spotify, Prime Video, Hulu and various other streaming services have killed off torrenting. And I want to bring it to you as to why I don't think it has, to be honest. Now, me personally, I use torrenting websites, piracy websites weekly. I have date night, one single date night per week with the missus, which is usually on a Saturday, and we like to sit down and watch movies together. But the problem is, we do subscribe to Netflix, we do subscribe to Prime, we don't do Spotify because, I just get my music off YouTube, and various other websites. I think we got Shudder as well, which is a horror streaming site. But we look at these services that we subscribe to, and they never seem to have the movies on that we want to watch. For a prime example, last Saturday, we watched the new Borderlands movie. Don't bother watching it, it's fucking atrocious. And we wanted to watch a new Hitler movie, Goebbels and Hitler, I think it's called, something like that. It's about the life and times of Joseph Goebbels. And we also wanted to watch the new VHS movie. VHS, can't remember its name now. And they weren't on Netflix, they weren't on Prime, and there was not a sniff we were going to pay Amazon more money to rent the movie that we wanted to see if we can get it for free. So that's one of the main reasons why I don't think torrenting or peer-to-peer sharing will ever die. Because, they bring you a whole host of movies, but if you don't want to watch a movie about a trans little boy transitioning through life on Netflix, I mean, come on, let's face it, Netflix is a fucking catastrophe. We only really subscribe to it now because my missus watches it and my kids watch it. I don't, because it's full of shit that I don't want to watch. Amazon Prime, much the same. There's one or two good movies on there, but most of the stuff I like watching is either brand new and you can't get it on streaming services, or it's obscure and from the 50s or 60s, things like War of the Worlds, Time Machine, things like that. I like my old school sci-fi movies. You'll never find them on Netflix or Prime. Hence why I don't think piracy will ever die. And to be quite honest with you, with the way things are going with subscription-based streaming services and how dire the content is over on there, I can see piracy picking up again. I can see it picking up again quite rapidly over the next few years because people aren't going to be wanting to watch the content. There was a new Star Wars streaming service over Disney Plus. That's one thing. Don't subscribe to that because it's full of pedos. Disney Plus called The Acolyte, I think it was called, or something like that, new Star Wars thing. It got cancelled after one season because it was woke, it was shit, it was something that Star Wars fans don't want to see. And more streaming services are going down this road. It's self-suicide, if you ask me. And like I say, that's why piracy, torrenting, and peer-to-peer sharing will never die. Because me, for one, I use it every single week, simply to entertain me and my missus. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you torrent, if you've torrented in the past, if you're afraid to do torrenting because of the horror stories, you think the FBI are going to be coming to your front door and men parachuting out of helicopters to come and arrest you, that kind of a thing, get viruses on your computer. It's all bullshit. As long as you do it safely, have a good antivirus, and use a VPN, because your ISP will grass on you. I've had quite a few emails where I forgot to turn mine on, or cease doing that, or you'll be fined, or you'll be sent to prison, all this fucking nonsense. It's just another TV license letter, really. It's all spiel, that's all it is. Scare tactics. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Like I say, guys, it's a mixture of topics and conversations recently over on my channel. I've done charities, I've done video games, and now I'm doing peer-to-peer piracy. So I'll see how it does. It won't get very many views, but yeah, it's there for you to watch if you fancy it. Anyway, enough wibble from me. I'm off to bed, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Enjoy your weekend, guys.